Ahoy there and welcome back to Build with the Boys. We now have issue 56 of Hachette's Build the Titanic to finish out the month of March 2023. So in this one we are building the base for Funnel 4. Now it's slightly different than the other bases that we've built in that Funnel 4 is non-operative. It doesn't have a smoke generator in there, nothing like that, but it still has the LEDs, a few bits and pieces, but we don't need the holes to get wires through and things like that because no smoke generators feed through it. We will be talking at the end of this one about who got punched on the Titanic, because I want to leave you on a happy note. I think we've had some quite sad stories this month, so we'll leave on a happy one. So who got punched on the Titanic the night of the sinking? We're going to crack this open, we get this one done. There's not loads to do in this one, but it is a relevant piece. We are going to be finishing this one next month in issue 57, where we'll be building Funnel 4. I can show you what that looks like. Now this does come with two pieces the other funnels don't come with. You're about to see these. These are on the bottom left hand corner, the bottom right hand corner, so you can see these here. So this piece here and this piece here are unique to Funnel 4. They're not like the other three funnels, because I assume we're going to block off the top and the bottom of that funnel because there's nothing going in or out of it. But let's crack this one open and let's get this one built. Okay, excuse me, you caught me at breakfast. Inside this one we have, right, let's have a look. LEDs, I would imagine. Yeah, an LED strip. We have, oh, that's already open. That's bits going everywhere. We have, yep. So these will be the ventilators. Yep. I wonder if these were fake as well, because this has gone the non-functional funnel. I wonder if they put ventilators on that didn't actually do anything, didn't vent anything, just for aesthetic reasons. Gonna have to have a look into that one. This is the base for Funnel 4. It's the smallest base that we've had, but as you can see, there's no real need to get holes through here. There is to go up to uplight it, but there is no going down. It looks smaller. I don't know if it is. It looks smaller than the other funnels. I don't know if it is. I think it just needs less space. But that's everything we get. So as you can see, there's not tons to do in this one. But let's crack on with it. Let's get this done. I would imagine, yeah, we are fitting LEDs first. So let's flip this one over and get the LEDs in. So that one there, we can see which way around this goes, because you always have this diagonal piece here to guide you. So that way around, we'll pop through there and there. Push those down now. I want to get it under one set of these pins, and then we'll... that wire snug against there. I mean, Christ, they could have designed that better. Right, so what we're going to do is slot this one in. Don't push down because you don't want to crack your board. So again, just persuade these. Let's say persuade. With I'm just using my spatula tool here to do this. So I'm just going to slightly bend these up to get that one in there. And then same again here. So that one goes down there, and then we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. So we're going to bend these up just to persuade this in. I apologise for the screaming child. He's had a pee, ladies and gentlemen, he's had a pee. Okay. Now, normally I'd put that on bloopers, but I've done too much to do that, so you're just going to accept the fact that my son is celebrating the fact that he's had a pee. Right. There we go. And that's that one in, so that we have successfully installed the LEDs, and Jack has successfully had a pee. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, so I've carefully tucked that wire like that, just so this will sit a little bit more flush. We're working on this. First thing we do is hit these parts here, and this is going to assemble into one part. So that's going to slot into there. Now they do say to glue this, but again, you know how I feel about gluing unnecessarily. And believe me, that ain't going anywhere. You don't need to glue that, but if you want to glue it, you go ahead and you glue it, but that ain't going anywhere ever. And then again, they are saying to glue this, but let's see how it fits. But I mean, I'm funny about it. I might at a later date want to change these. I won't want to change, you know, upgrade them or change the colour of them or something. So I'm funny about gluing anything to the body. But again, I mean, it's not, do you know what I mean? I mean, an earthquake ain't going to shift that, so why super glue it if you don't need to? If you can have little hands all over this and people poking out, then yeah, glue it. But again, mine's going into a display case. No one's going to be able to access it, so I'm happy not gluing. Yeah, I'm happy not to glue. They haven't asked us to test the LEDs, but I'm definitely going to do that at the end. Because I want to make sure these things work. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our 2 vents here. So they're only doing one way because it's going to be a fat and thin lug. And you want this part facing this way. So that's going to go in there like... It's a nice snug, man. There we go. So that's that one. And then this one. Which again, bloody hell, that's... Yeah, God, wrong way round. There we go. So that's our 2 funnels in there. Let's make sure those are correct. They are. Beautiful. So that is that one done. That is all there is to do in stage 56. Really, really short, that one. But it's prep for 57, I guess. Let's check these LEDs are working. They are. There's your uplights there. Lovely. I mean, I can already see on this one. Windows, but they're square windows. We haven't got anything to put in those, so I'm wondering, almost definitely, we're going to get some blackout thing to go in there, I would imagine. Yeah, so that'll be fun. That is it. That's everything for this month. So we have this one over here, this one here, this one here. Do I bring up the main ship? Nope, I've got it in storage. I'd like to show it you all together, but mine's got into storage for our house move. That's it. So that is everything that we build this month on Hachette Build the Titanic. In 57, we'll be building funnel 4 and attaching it to this. And our funnels will be complete, which makes me think we're done with the top of that superstructure. So hopefully we're moving on to something different. Let's have a chat. So that's that one complete. Now, don't be fooled and thinking that this is all the basis to funnel 4, because it ain't. There's a very large area that have railings around it and steps up to almost like a viewing area that this is going to sit on, then that's going to sit on the deck. So I would imagine, and this is guesswork on my part, because on Hachette's website they only go up to 57 at this point as of this morning. I mean, they might have changed it now. So I don't know what's 58, 59 and 60, I can't tell you. But I would imagine funnel is the next one, which is going to attach to this. I would imagine 58 is very likely going to be the large piece that then sits on. Let's go on the back of. I'm just taking a look at it now. It's going to sit on the back toward the stern of the ship. I would imagine that's what's going to happen, and we should. I think by the time we hit 60, we should be finished for now for the upper part of the superstructure, because there's not much more to go on it. There isn't. I mean, there is. We've got to do the rigging and whatnot that comes off of the funnels. I'm hoping they're going to get us to do that at the end, and we're not doing it this early, because it'll perish. And I think regardless of when they do that, I'm not going to do it. I might do one and save the rest for the end, because any sort of string and whatnot, they become dust magnets. Strings become dust magnets. They just do. If you look at any model ship, the rigging is always caked in dust if it isn't in a case. So I won't be doing the rigging until the bare end. But we should be. I think we're very nearly finished by 60 with what we're doing at this stage of the upper part. I think we're moving on to something else. I don't know what though. I know everyone is screaming for hull. I'm screaming for hull. I want to build more hull, because it seems like we've almost forgotten about that. We built that piece of the bow and that's it. We've got no more hull. So it would be nice to get back to that. Because it would be nice to have something to attach this actual superstructure to at some point. The only thing I can think is because we haven't done much hull yet, we're going to just do a ton of hull. And you might be screaming out for something else. So let me just adjust you a little bit there. Oh, God. Sorry about this. Yeah, the only thing I think of is we end up just doing an absolute ton of hull. It'll just be hull, 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 which is great. But there's not a lot to do when it comes to hull. There isn't. I mean, it's typically 2 screws and you're done. So if we do go months and months and months of hull packs, is why I would prefer them to mix it up. Rather than us building funnel 4 now, it would have been nice to do a bit of an extension to the hull, then switch over to the superstructure, go back to the hull, it'd be nice, and just kind of, it just mixes things up a little bit and keeps it kind of fresh, keeps us entertained, you know. But we'll see. I don't know. It's all guesswork. I couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. Don't know. I would imagine that we're going to build half of the hull, the front half of the hull. Then we're going to build the back half of the hull, and eventually we attach the two pieces together. I would imagine, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's all guesswork. All guesswork. If you just stick around with the build instructions, thank you for stopping by. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, be a rascal and hit that button and join us on our journey toward the end of the Titanic, which will be in December of next year. If you have subscribed, thank you for your support. It means a lot to us, it really does, and we love having you on board our journey, we really do. We love hearing from all of you, and you can contact us at buildingtheboys@outlook.com. If you stick around for our Titanic talk, it's a quick one. We're talking about who got punched on the Titanic. Who got punched on the Titanic? Well, everyone in first class got a punch on the night of the sinking of the Titanic, and they got one of these. So that is a punch romaine, and every single passenger, every first class passenger that dined that night was given a punch romaine as a palate cleanser before dinner. Palate cleanser. Now, the reason why I find this funny is because I'll tell you what's in it. And there's palate cleansers, and there's this. So inside that is 1 egg white. Yeah, okay, we're starting quite innocently. 1 ounce of rum, so a shot of rum. 1 ounce of white wine, so a shot of white wine. 1/2 ounce of syrup. 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. 1 ounce of OJ, and 2 ounces of champagne. So essentially what that is a glass of champagne with 1/2 a glass of wine and a shot of rum. With orange juice and lemon. Now, what makes it, again, a little bit more prophetic, if you will, is it was a crushed ice, shaved ice palate cleanser. Essentially a slushy. Ice features heavily in it. There's an irony in this, isn't there? There's fate loves irony, it really does. And yeah, this is what they all drank. So the reason I think it's relevant is it gives you an idea of how, what's a nice way of saying it, refreshed our first class passengers would have been when this happened. I mean, let's face it, most of them would have been a little bit drunk when Titanic collided with the iceberg, because I don't know about you, but I mean, that's oh my, that's a potent cocktail. I mean, I like a potent cocktail. I mean, my cocktail of choice is the Zombie, which is white rum, dark rum, gold rum, apricot brandy, OJ, pineapple juice, sugar, shaken over ice. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's called a Zombie because it gets you drunk from the neck down. You don't realise how drunk you are until you get up and try and walk. But that is a potent cocktail, that really is. And it was served as a palate cleanser. Now, you don't really see the punch romaine offered in bars because of the ingredients. I mean, very rarely will a bar crack open a bottle of champagne just to pour a splash out to make you a cocktail. So it's not a common cocktail. It's not one you see a lot. It sounds really nice, and I really want to try one. I've never tried one, but I think I need to. So at some point, I think, do you know what? I think what we're going to do, and I would invite you all to do the same. I think what we're going to do is, I think, issue 140, when we have finished the Titanic, I think we are going to toast her on her maiden voyage to my build room display case. We'll have a punch romaine. I think that's how we'll end it, and I invite you all to join me for that as well. That'll be lovely. So that's what we'll do. We'll toast the Titanic with a punch romaine, I think. It seems fitting. That is all for this one. Thank you for stopping by. If you can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. We'd love to have you on board for our journey. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, and I really do mean that. We are moving. In the immortal words of the animals, we got to get out of this place. So we are going very soon. So when you next tune in, the background's going to look different, but it's the same old Scott, it's the same old builds, but we'll just be in a very white room to begin with, I think. I'm trying to do it with minimal disruptions channel. We got lots coming up on the channel still. Moving or not, we still got lots coming up. We have got the latest 2 parts of Bat and Build Tumbler have been uploaded this week. If you haven't seen that, tune in, because that thing is going to be an absolute peach. Starting to look really good already. Big parts coming. Next week we should have Disney Doll's House, which again is an exciting place where we're moving upstairs and putting the electrics in, and that's all looking really lovely now as well. We have signed up to build the Infinity Gauntlet from Fanhome, which is going to be an absolute beast. We have got the Lancaster Bomber coming later this year as well. So there is lots and lots and lots of fun things to tune in and see, along with all our wooden builds, our weekly catch-ups. And again, when I say contact us, contact us. We love hearing from you, we really do. I get a lot of emails start with sorry to bother you. You're never bothering us. If you want to drop by and say hello, drop by and say hello. I try and get back to everybody. My correspondence has sucked over the past couple of weeks because of the move, but I promise you we will return to business as normal pretty soon. That's all from me. I will catch you tomorrow for Ask Me Anything, if you're stopping by for that. If not, if you're just a Titanic viewer, I will catch you in April for stages 57 to 60. It's going to be fun. I will see you then. And as I said before, in a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, now more than ever. I'll catch you then. Bye-bye.